In this video, I want to talk about kitchens. We all have kitchens at home. It's likely in our lifetimes that we're all going to buy a kitchen, and it's probably one of the single most expensive purchases you'll ever make. Generally speaking, anywhere between the £10,000 and £20,000 mark. A huge investment in your house. I want to talk about how much kitchens cost, how much kitchen companies make, and why they're probably ripping you off. If you're new here, this is a vlog, and what that means is that my life is kind of interspersed throughout the video, or whatever the topic is. I've had a real hard time trying to structure this video and figure out how it all mashes together. I think the easiest thing for me to do is I'm just gonna put those random clips from my day randomly scattered throughout me talking about kitchens. You know, it's 1 o'clock and I haven't filmed any footage at all yet for today. But I'm gonna go get some lunch and then let's figure that out, let's rectify. Otherwise this video is gonna be very, very short. That sandwich was good. I get the same sandwich every single day, pretty much. It was chicken, stuffing, and bacon. Love that sandwich. So I guess the first question is, why should you listen to me about kitchens? I need to write a list. I've fitted kitchens for Howdens, Wren, Wickes, Magnet, IKEA, Homebase, and B&Q, and then like a whole bunch of like sort of like random Italian kitchens, things from Europe that were imported. They didn't come from one of these big companies, but they're essentially the same kind of thing. I have a load of books about kitchens, and I annotate them. I go through and I read and I learn my history, and I make notes. I only have 2 here at the office right now, but I have a bunch more at my flat. I love models of things. Look at this model kitchen, isn't it great? It's so cool. Love that. I actually studied kitchens for my final year degree. I studied the history of them, I've studied the future of them, and I sort of developed some speculative ideas about where kitchens could go in the future. I have this model down here, and I don't want to talk about it too much because I'll probably try and make a video about it all on its own another time, and I also don't want anyone to steal my idea, so don't look. That's a 1/4 scale model of a kitchen design concept that was part of my final year degree, but it's a secret, so we're not talking about that right now. Look how much money Wren made in 2022. 1 billion.
Why make trillions when we could make billions?
I think it was 1.16 billion. That's in revenue. And then profit before tax is at 100 million. But I know that they've spent a lot of money investing in new stores and staff, and I think they've branched out to America as well. So they probably made a bit more than the 100 mil. $1 billion is a preposterous amount of money, like it's a crazy high number. But what's interesting is if you divide it by the average cost of a kitchen, how many kitchens that really is. So if we take 1 billion, and then we divide that by the average cost of a kitchen, which in my experience is around about the £16,500 mark. What you find is they've only had to sell around about 60,000 kitchens. According to the Office of National Statistics, there's roughly 25 million homes in the UK, give or take. That means that the 60,000 homes that Wren were able to sell kitchens to equates to roughly 0.24% of households in the UK. So to be clear, 0.24% of households helped to raise over £1 billion. There's a lot of money in kitchens, right? I just have a quick meeting to go and attend to, and then I'm picking up Maya. Off we go. Meeting was a success. I think we're going to book in the next day or so. This spot is so tight. It's so tight. Careful. All right, we're free. We're away. That meeting was to discuss this kitchen right here. I've designed this kitchen for the client, and it looks like we're going to go ahead with building and installing this in the house. But the original drawings were done by Howdens. They came and did the initial measurements, and they developed this galley kitchen concept. And then I took those measurements and redeveloped further, hopefully to get a better design. So originally, Howdens quoted my customer £14,300 for their particular kitchen design, but they forgot to include oven, hob, extractor fan, and fitting costs for labour. So all in all, the customer would probably be looking at around about the £19,000 to £20,000 mark once everything's kind of all finished and included. And for perspective, my kitchen costs came in at £16,000 fully fitted with all of the appliances and everything included. I haven't filmed that much today. Do you ever get that feeling it's like Groundhog Day? My day today has been exactly the same as it was yesterday, almost identical. Back in the supermarket. I made Maya quite jealous yesterday with my soggy apple pie, so I can try and find another one, track one down. I have to keep talking really close to the phone like this because the audio is super weird. It sounds like if I move it far away from my head, it sounds like I'm like underwater. Whoops. The main difference between my kitchens and the kitchens that you get at Howdens or Wren, those other big box stores, mine are made from more high quality materials. So I'm using 18mm birch plywood for the carcass, and then usually either birch plywood or Valcromat for the fronts. Typically, kitchens that you would buy from big box stores, their carcasses are made from this kind of material right here. So this is a melamine face on one side, and then it'll be an MDF or chipboard core. And one of the problems with this is that if you scratched it with a knife, for example, there's absolutely nothing you can do about that scratch mark. That's there forever. However, a piece of Valcromat, I can scratch it and I can sand this right out because this material is blue all the way through. It's a similar story for this birch plywood. I can scratch the birch plywood, and as long as I don't go too deep, my veneers are thick enough that I can sand that scratch back out again. These materials are very high quality compared to the melamine type material that we have over there, and that's kind of reflected in the price. In the interest of not going to the same place every day and doing the exact same thing every day, come to make dinner at Granny's house, I put this kitchen in. Dinner was good. It's good to hang out with Dan and Grandad from time to time. You don't know how long you get them, right? Right. So despite the fact that my material costs are 4 times higher than Howdens, my kitchen came in at £4,000 cheaper. The chipboard Howdens kitchen was £20,000. My kitchen in birch plywood is £16,000. 4 times more expensive, £4,000 cheaper. Hopefully this information helps you be a little bit more discerning when you come to buy your kitchen. Maybe you decide you're going to try and have a go yourself. Perhaps look into getting a local tradesman to see if he fancies building one for you. But if you're going to go with the big box store, I would definitely consider negotiating with them. There's a reason they can knock off 50% during the January sale, or whatever the sale might be. Up to 60% off kitchen units. Don't be fooled by this. If you ever pay full price, you're going to feel like a right plonker. I filmed this whole bit in the vlog today where I called up my suppliers and the guys that gave me these prices. And I go through and I show how to calculate making your own kitchen, like how to easily work out how much wood you need. This video is going to be way too long for that stuff to go in, but I might just throw that information in tomorrow's video. So if this was interesting, then maybe tune in for tomorrow's video. This is a daily vlog channel, and so it's going to be like covering all kinds of weird and wacky topics, but my business is in kitchens primarily, and so there's going to be lots of information about that topic in the future. If that kind of thing appeals to you, then maybe you should think about subscribing to this channel. But yeah, I think tomorrow for sure, let's go through how to price up a kitchen. It's kind of boring, but it is useful. That's not coming out as far as it normally does. I think this is jammed. This lens is jammed. Maya's in bed. I'm back at the office. I have some editing to do. But first, if these are custard, I'm going to be really annoyed. Damn. Good.